The Knicks defeated the 76ers 97-92 last night in game 4 of the series. This was a pivotal game because it put the Knicks up 3-1. Usually in that scenario, I think teams win the series like over 90% of the time, some ridiculous high rate. Granted, teams do come back from 3-1. You've seen it happen in the last several years. The most famous 3-1 comeback in recent history was the Cavs coming back against the Warriors in the 2016 finals. So it happens. It just doesn't happen often. Once you're in a 3-1 lead, it's usually a stranglehold on a team, a chokehold, which they most likely won't get out of. But what stood out in this game was Jalen Brunson. This man had 47 points on 18 of 34 shooting, which is insane for a guard. I look at Jalen Brunson, and this guy looks like he's barely 6 feet. He may be a little bit over 6 feet, like 6.5 feet or something, but he's not what you would call a tall guard. He's really just a very small guard. Granted, he's very bulky. He's strong physically, the way he's built, but he's not tall, I would say, at least for NBA standards when you look at him. But he's just so crafty and skilled. Just his footwork, I have to say, is elite when it comes to guards. It reminds me of Tony Parker's elite footwork, the way Tony Parker was able to finish in the paint and just with his flurry of moves, post moves. Tony Parker was amazing. Jalen Brunson has the same type of footwork as Tony. Granted, he's not as fast as Tony Parker was. Tony Parker's speed was just on another level compared to guards, but his footwork is definitely elite like Tony. I would say, unlike Tony, he's a much better shooter. His shooting is on another level. This man has a great jump shot. He has a great fadeaway shot. He's very good at hitting difficult shots that are contested. He did that quite a few times this game, especially when Embiid was switched on him. He was able to make the difficult shots. I would say the other thing about Jalen Brunson that really stands out is that he's just tough. He's mentally and physically tough. He has like that hardcore competitive DNA very few guys have. Like I saw throughout this game quite a few times Embiid take cheap shots at him, just dirty elbows, knock him on the ground, even fall on him, throws nearly 300-pound body right on top of his, just dirty play after dirty play. But Brunson was relentless. He never gave up. He kept on attacking him. He even got up in his face to let him know he wasn't scared of him, which is important. You want your best player to be strong like that because the rest of the team's going to follow when they see the stars not intimidated. They're going to follow suit, and he did that in this game. You have to give him credit. Just his will was so strong. It was ridiculous just how he was able to literally carry his team on his back. And now he has the Knicks in a great position. But just look at his stat line, 18 of 34 from the field. His three-point shot wasn't falling, but he was still able to get easy buckets in the paint. He shot 2 of 8 from 3, and he had 10 assists. That's insane. Even one block shot for a guard of his size. Just simply amazing. This guy is the MVP of this series, and he's having a MVP-like season. If you look at it, this guy should be top 5 in votes for MVP. I would say, I'm going to say it now, he is the greatest Knick since Patrick Ewing. And I've been watching basketball since the early 90s, so I remember the Ewing era really well. But after Patrick, I definitely put him number 2 right now as the greatest Knick of all time, at least in my lifetime. I didn't get to see the guys before Patrick, like Frazier and I'm trying to think who the other guy was. So it shows you how much I know. Just Willis Reed. I never got to see Willis Reed either. So those guys are way before my time. But at least in my lifetime, I'd say Brunson is the second greatest Knick of all time. I put him ahead of Carmelo. Just what he's doing with the Knicks is just on another level.